The issue I wanted to talk to you about again was the liquidation of Lehman. And in your response previously, you mentioned the Commission staff is implementing the recommendations regarding the trustees' fees. What progress can you share with us? Because the data I have is as follows, and this is on the progress report by LBI. And so here's the highlights. Unresolved customer claims, 41 billion. Claims that moved from disputed to closed, 300 million. So that's 0.7% of unresolved claims. Claims allowed in the period, 0.1% of unresolved claims, or 40 million. Fees in the 6-month period for the trustee. The fees are 92 million. Total fees to date, $733 million. So for every dollar of claims resolved in the last 6 months, the trustee spent 27 cents. So to get back to a point that I've raised before, but at what point do we look at the progress being made, which after those initial back office customer accounts transfers appears to be minimal? And at what point do we look at this huge bill being run up and question the reasonableness of these fees?
Well, I think it's a very fair question, and there's clearly never been a more complex liquidation proceeding than the Lehman one under SIPA in any event. As you pointed out, we are looking very closely at the recommendations from our Inspector General about our oversight of SIPC, and he put forth, I think, 12 recommendations. 10 of those have already been implemented. The last 2 are in the process of being implemented. They required consultation with the Commission, and we are working hard to do a closer oversight of SIPC and the trustees' fees. We don't, as you know, select the trustee, and in fact, under SIPA, SIPC is required.
I know, but that brings up another point, because, and that's why I'd like you to monitor this case, because as you know, this is the trustee that was assigned to the MF Global case as well, and it just, to me, it would seem that a critical function of a trustee is to manage disputes and settle claims, and I watch the progress on this, and it really calls that into question in my mind.
All I can really say is that we are redoubling our efforts for oversight in this regard, but there are contingencies in this liquidation that are going to take a significant amount of time to resolve. As you know, there are multiple entities involved, multiple jurisdictions involved, and enormously complex. I do think that the litigation with Barclays over the transfer of funds under the asset purchase agreement, having been resolved on one level at least, will could amount to a substantial payout. The problem is that that decision's been appealed to the courts, and again, that will take time.
Thank you, Chairwoman.